Well, hello everybody. This is Susan Tapley with My Sister's House, coming to you today with a really fun project. Hello Christine and Leslie, Lucille, thanks for joining me. This is one of those times when I didn't really schedule a live today, but I think this is going to be a fun project to do, so thanks for joining me. So, as you might have seen, I gave you a little sneak peek of what this project is going to be. And if all goes well, I'm hoping to bring it with me to a scrapbooking retreat this weekend in Hyannis, Massachusetts. So, love to hear your suggestions of colors and things that I can do to make this project even cuter than I think it might turn out to be. So, be sure to let me know what you think. So, I'm just going to switch my screen. And as you know, I always have trouble getting my picture-in-picture here, and my lights are just horrible as always, but I'm trying. That's all I can say. So let me see if I can. Never works, right? All right, let's see this. Did it work? Nope. Oh my gosh, there's got to be a secret to this, but I can't figure it out, so we'll switch these. Oh my gosh, Christine, I know you're laughing at me. Stop it. All right, well, I'm just going to have you look at my hands for today, and you can certainly hear my voice, and I can see your comments. Hi, Karen. Hi, Christine. I know you're there. All right, so the transfer that I'm using today is called There's No Place Like Home. This is so cute. I cannot wait to play with it. So, over the weekend, I had my husband cut me these pine boards. They're 1x10s. I don't know exactly how tall they are, but I thought these would make beautiful little Christmas signs. So I had them all cut, and we sanded them and stained them, and I think they are ready to go. I just need to grab my jar of wax behind me here. And I know Christine loves the smell of this stuff. Hope I can get it open. I don't have my tools with me right here. Just break a few nails opening them, right? You should be a master. I should be a master, huh? I'm working on it. So we actually have layers in our compensation plan with Couture where you can become a master couturier. I have one level left before I'm quite there, but I'm working on it. So I got this upside down already. I did drill a couple of little holes in the top here so that I can put a hanger from it. But before I get started, I'm just going to add a little bit of paste wax. You don't need anything special. I go to the grocery store and I got this can of Johnson's paste wax. And I'm going to use a paper towel just to put a thin coat of wax on the surface of this. This will do a couple of things. It'll help keep my transfer from sticking too tightly, and it will also help the paste adhere to the surface a little bit better. I've got a little bit of a rough spot in my wood here, so my paper's getting caught, but I think I got most of it. And this is just really a super light coat. It really will help a lot. Look, I got these little dusties on here. Should probably do this with a soft rag, but oh well. It is stinky though. I should be a master on the camera, but I'm not. So Johnson's paste wax works well. You don't have to get anything special. I know somebody was, worried about getting a brand name, but you really, Johnson's paste wax is beautiful. You get a ton, and that'll last me years and years and years. So let's see. I have used this transfer before. I'm trying to adjust my light a little bit. So you can see that it's slightly stained. I've got a little bit of orange from the carrot nose and a little bit of red around where I made the scarf red before, but that's not a problem. Even though your transfer may stain, it does not affect the way that it's worked. So if this was a brand new transfer, I would be doing something called fuzzing. And what you're doing when you're fuzzing is you're peeling off the transfer from its carrier sheet and adding a little bit of fiber to the back of the adhesive. Sometimes they're super sticky and they don't want to come off your surface, or you're doing layering, which is when you might want to make sure that your adhesive isn't too sticky. Hello, Angela. Nice of you to join us today. So I'm just going to peel this one off, and because I've already fuzzed it, I'm going to put my fuzzing cloth to the side and just kind of center this on this cute little red board that I've got ready to go. That looks good. Looks pretty straight. Not quite even. Move it a little bit more. The wax helps you be able to move things a little bit more than you would if you hadn't waxed it too. So I'm just going to give this a nice little rub down. Make sure there are no bumps or bubbles or folds in the screen. It looks really good. Sometimes I will also take a rubber squeegee and work out all the air bubbles this way too. You can kind of hear them crackle. See, there's one that I didn't see before, but I'm getting that out. Working those bubbles out. So my biggest decision is, should I do this in bright kind of traditional colors, or should I do it in those antique-y, grungy kind of colors? My sister Michelle has a house where she's got all these cute little grungy, I guess they're kind of shades of, all the colors have a little bit of brown or gray mixed in with them, so they look a little bit like very old weathered looking things. So I just have to decide which I'm going to do. So I have plans, big plans, to do this in either a black or a gray hat, white lettering. I have white lettering down here. I think I'll do the arms in a brown color. I've got this cute little jar of bark, which is a brown paste. And I also was thinking of maybe a green and white or just green scarf. So what do you think about all that? Christine says bright. And you know what? I could do it in bright on one side and do it grungy on the back side if I wanted to. You know, it really depends on your taste and your home decor and things like that. So with this project, I will do it in bright because Christine says so. And I'm going to be using the paste and peel method. And you guys have probably seen me do this before. It's where you do a little bit of your design and then you pull the transfer back and let it get some air for a minute. And then you move down and do the next section. And you'll see more about that when I'm moving through this design a little bit more. But if you have any questions while I'm doing this, please ask. I do have a computer off to the side where I can see your comments and questions. So keep them coming. Talk to me while I work. I love that. So, all right, here you guys. The first decision is hat. Should I make it a gray hat or should I make it a black hat? What do you think? I'm thinking black. I think that'll be a really pretty contrast. Christine, the red scarf, I'm afraid it's not going to show up real well on the red board. That's why I was thinking of green or green and white. Maybe a little bit of both. So I'm just going to take this black chalk and get it ready to go. As you know, we always want to stir up your chalk and get it to be about the consistency of cake batter. If it feels more like a brownie batter, it means you need to add a little bit of water. And just a little bit at a time will do. I have this little spray bottle. You can just drip it from your sink or whatever. You really don't need too many fancy tools to work with Chalk Couture. Bright green scarf, black hat. I like it. Bright green. What do you think of this green? Is that good? I think that'll look really pretty against the red. Okay, the black has been stirred. Of course, I got chalk crumbs all over everything already. And I'm just going to use one of my smaller squeegees to do. I'm just going to do the hat and then I'm going to pull it back and dry it just for a minute, and then we'll move along down the pattern, down the design. So I'm going to scoop up a little bit of black chalk on my rubber squeegee, and you just spread it over the design, much like you would do if you were buttering toast. Just cover the whole area that you want to be that color. And I'm almost done with the hat already. This is so much fun, you guys, and it's quick and easy. Just about anybody can do it. So I've got the hat covered, and I'm going to go back over it and scrape off all of the excess chalk and put it right back into my jar. There's very, very little waste with Chalk Couture products, which is one of the things I love. Okay, off my finger. Now I'm gonna grab my heat tool before I get this started here. And what I'm using is a heat tool that I use mostly for crafting. If you don't have a heat tool, you certainly can use a hairdryer too. So I'm just gonna peel this until it's just below the hat. Oh my gosh, I love this already. It's so cute. Hey, Renee. All right, so I'm gonna just dry this up a little bit. It dries really quickly on its own, but if you want to speed it up a little bit, like I said, you can use a heat tool or you can use a hairdryer. Super, super fast. And it's right about done. Renee, you had snow. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about it. I am so not ready for snow. All right, I think that looks really good. What do you guys think? You can probably see that you have a little bit of a glare in your image. I'll try to tip it every now and then just so that you can see what it looks like though. Okay, so I'm just going to gently let that fall back to where it was. The black chalk on top of the transfer is still a little bit wet, but I'm not really going to even mess with that area. I'm going to go right around it. So when you're first learning how to do chalking, I usually recommend that you work small sections at a time, unless you're really fast at it, which I am not, and I don't really care to be. I find it really relaxing to take my time and work through the design. You can do several areas at a time, or you can just do one or two small areas like I'm doing today. So you kind of develop your own style with how this works. Hello, Miss Mary. Okay, I'm going to go with the white now, and I'm going to start by doing theirs. Stirring that up a little bit. I'm going to take some tiny squeegees out of here. We have some, these are called mini squeegees, and they're pretty small, but sometimes I'll even cut them to make them smaller. So I've just got this little area where I'm going to do theirs with the white. So I'm just going to grab some of my white chalk and spread it over theirs. You guys, if you are local to me and this looks like a workshop that you would like to come to, let me know, because I'm thinking about January doing something like this. Maybe not in red. I mean, that's certainly an option, but I could even do them in different colors so they're not as Christmassy looking as this one. Because the workshop that I'm going to is just before Christmas, I'm gonna do it in kind of Christmassy colors. All right, so that was tough because it was really tight with the black. So let's pull this back. And there's my theirs. Give that a quick dry. It really looks nice. The white against the red is gorgeous. All right, that's done. Let's do that cute little carrot. Okay, so I have got my beautiful blue. I know you love blue, Leslie. She sure does. Here's my orange, and I'm going to grab a stir stick. And this one looks like it's just a tiny bit thicker than normal, but since I'm working in such a tiny area, it doesn't matter so much. So I'm not going to add any water this time. Here's another little tiny squeegee. Grab some orange and smooth it over the design. So sometimes you can use a lot more paste than you actually think you need. But over time you kind of get a feel for how much you need, and you don't need to pull out as much. So that one is done. We'll pull up that little carrot nose and see how cute it looks. Ta-da! Dry that up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to flop that down nice and easy. And we're going to work the word snow next. I guess I can cover this orange. I am done with orange. No pumpkins on this one. I seem to use a lot of orange in the fall, but not so much other times of the year. Okay, I'm going to go back to my white now, and we'll do the word snow. And just cover it up. You don't have to try to stay in the lines at all, but I am being a little bit careful that I don't paste areas that, like, you know, in the carrot, I don't want to have orange mixed in with that. It's going nice and easy. So when I'm done covering it, I'll go back and squeegee off the excess. At this point, I don't need to worry about that though, but you do want a nice kind of thin coat when you're all done. This little spot right here that wants to hide. Scoop up that excess. Okay, I think I've got it. There we go. If you guys are watching and you think your friends would love seeing this, be sure to hit that share button. I see one little spot on the S I want to try to touch up. For some reason it did not adhere well right there. Maybe it was just too thin. Okay, that should do it. Perfect. All right, here we go. Is this something that you would leave up all winter, or do you think it's more of a Christmas design? What do you guys think? So if you guys are using a heat tool like this, you want to be really careful that you don't heat up your transfer because it will warp. Be really careful about that. So I'm going to let that fall right back down, and it's time to work that scarf. I keep thinking about this, and I don't know if I want to do green and white stripes because we already have the green letters. So maybe I'll just do it all in green and call it a day, right? Okay. I'm going to give this a stir. Okay, this one's feeling just a little bit thicker than cake batter, so I'm going to give that a little drink. And stir. Let's try not to splatter that on my transfer. All winter, you guys? I agree. I would too. Snowmen are all winter. Okay. Let's whip that off my hand. Grab another squeegee. This does not want to stick too tightly right there, but it will. All right, grab some of that green and off we go. Make a cute little green scarf. It'll be pretty. I think a red scarf would have been nice too, but not on this red board. If it had been maybe a gray board, that would be really pretty. There just wouldn't be enough contrast with the red scarf and the red board, I think, to make that look right. I got a little bit of white in my one of my little bits of scarf there, but that's all right. Okay, here we go. Pull that back. Super cute. Dry that up for a second. All right, what do you guys think? Do you like the green? I wonder if it would show up if I used a brighter color green, which I probably would do if I decide to do it. I would wash the transfer and then go over that again with a lighter, maybe brighter green. I thought it would be bright enough, but I don't know. No, I don't know. All right, why don't we do the arms next? What color do you think those should be? I have a couple colors here. I have bark, which is like a chocolate brown, and I have also tan color, which is called Iced Coffee. I have these two colors here. And I also have, what's the other color I was thinking of? This one here is called Paprika. I think that's more of like one of those vintagey colors. Parakeet, Leslie, I agree. I think that would be really cute. I might go over that later and redo it a little bit. So I'm thinking that for contrast purposes, I might use this Iced Coffee for his arms. Leslie says bark. I'm afraid the bark is too close to that red, Leslie. See what I mean? It's very close to that color, and you have a little bit more contrast here. I'd like something right in the middle, but of course, that's not happening. Excuse me. All right, let's think about that, and let's do Place Like Home here. Let's get this done, and then we'll go back and do the arms, or whatever they're called. All right, I'm going to use a little bit larger squeegee this time. Since I'm covering a larger area, you always want to have your squeegee kind of match the area you're working on. So grab some white, and we'll just start spreading that over these little letters. It's got a little swoop-de-doo here. So if you were working on a chalkboard and your chalk went onto the arms or wherever in a wrong place, chalkboards are super forgiving because you can just wipe it off and fix it. When you're working on a porous surface like wood, it is not quite as easy. Sometimes you can, but other times you can just go over it after it's dried with the same transfer and the color that it actually should have been. So I've got that one covered. I'm going to pull the excess paste off with my squeegee and put it back into the jar. Have hubby stain some boards in lighter colors. I stained the boards, Christine. Hubby just cut them. So I'm going to pull this from the bottom this time. Hopefully you can still see how that looks. Ta-da! Really cute, you guys. Yeah, Steve does most of my cutting and sanding for me. I have a scroll saw and I use it occasionally, but I don't know why, I'm just a little bit afraid of it. I'll admit it to you. I'm a little afraid of it. Every now and then I've had a blade pop on me. They break. And I mean, nothing happens other than it makes a crazy noise and it just scares the bejesus out of me, but I don't get hurt or anything. And it's kind of like sewing on a sewing machine that has no sense of direction, because just the way you don't have like you have pressure feet to hold the wood in place, but it feels a little bit wilder. So anyway, Leslie says the bark. You still think we should do bark for the arms? We are almost done with this baby. So cute. All right, I'm gonna stir it out. This one's a little bit thicker than the last one, so I'm going to add a little water again and stir. Stir, stir, stir. Cake batter consistency is what you want to try to have. If you guys are just hopping in, please be sure to say hello and S-H-A-R-E this video. Appreciate that. It helps me grow my business and teaches other people about Couture and what it is that we do. Lots of people still have never heard of Couture, so. Hello, Janice. I'm loving this. You ordered the stencil for me already, right? You betcha I did. You betcha I did. Okay, now I'm going to do the little arms here. And again, if this looks too dark, I'll just go over it later with a lighter color. We'll see what it looks like, though. I'm going to do both of the arms and then lift the whole project up. A little bit of air bubbles down here. This would look really cute on a shirt too, wouldn't it? kind of a homebody, so this would be perfect for me. It's no place like home. All right, let's see. Here we go. Da, da, da. The peel and reveal at the end. Ta-da! All right, so it looks to me like the arms are a little dark. What do you guys think? I'm going to dry it because that does lighten the color once it's dried. Alrighty. This is one sweet little snowman. I'm going to pull it up closer so you can see it. Closer up. Without the shadows. Oh, boy. I got to get some good lighting for doing this. I really do. So what do you think? Arms are too dark? Alright, what I'll do is, after I'm done with this video, I will wash my transfer off. And I will redo the arms. Do you think the scarf has enough contrast, or should I do that in a lighter color? It's hard to see on camera. Yeah, I think they look a little too dark. Just a little. I don't think I can clean this well enough to... I don't know, maybe I can do it. Let's see if I can lay these back on. Let's see if I can do this without washing it. Taking a risk here, right? Why not? Okay. It's amazing how quickly this stuff dries. All right, I'm gonna do the light ones. We'll see what happens, right? Hopefully, it'll work. Might be two-tone, which would be okay too, right? Get my little squeegee out here. Now let's do it. You like the scarf? Okay. I like the scarf too. Let's make some, see if we can do these lighter. I have no idea what this is going to look like when it's done. It might not go through the screen. In which case, like I said, I'll just go back over it later when it's dry and I had the transfer all cleaned up. Okay, cross your fingers. Here we go. Oh, hey, that's better. I think it looks good. We did good. So, let me dry these quick and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to hang this. That darker brown almost makes it look like shadows. Kind of cool. All right. I think I am crazy about this just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to hang this. I've got these little tiny hooks that I did some pilot holes in the top for. Let's see if I can screw those in. Oh, I'm glad I made those little holes to start with. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your help. All right, this is almost in. And then I'm going to put one over here. Oops, can't see what I'm doing, can you? Okay, I'm just going to screw these little, I don't know what these are called. I have the box in the other room. They're just little, like an eye. We are almost done with this project. Wasn't that fun? What do you think? The ladies at the scrapbooking event will like it. So I don't know if you can see, but I have two little hooks right there. And I have this craft wire. I call it dirty wire because my gosh, is it messy to use. My hands will be black when I'm done with this. So I'm going to just thread it through the eyes on both sides. It will need to be trimmed a little bit, I'm sure. And twist it. Did I bring my wire cutters out with me? Probably not. It's just nasty, dirty wire, but it looks really cute. This side's going to go over here through the other end. Command strips. Nah. He needs a cute wire hanger. You and your command strips. There we go. That looks cute. I love it. Okay. This is kind of a rustic look too, but I really like it. Maybe I'll do the country looking one on the other side. Alright, so what I'll do is I will trim these ends off and call it done. This is going to be, like I said, a project that I'm bringing with me to a scrapbook weekend in Hyannis this weekend. And I think the ladies are going to love it, and hopefully we'll have some new chalkers with us. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Like I said, if this is something that you'd like to do in a project workshop, let me know and I will think about doing that probably in January. Getting super busy this time of year with my team and my own project workshops. So I'm thinking that this might be a nice kind of post-Christmas thing to do. So anyway, let me know if you're interested in the comments. If you are interested in making some money doing what I do, I get paid to craft all the time. It's the best job in the whole wide world. I love it. Let me know and I can help you get started as a designer too. But look at the job we did. It looks so good. I love it. I love, love, love it. All right. That's all for today, I guess. Unless you have any questions, let me know and we will be back again with another fun project. Thanks so much for visiting with me. Janice, I will see you tonight. And Bonnie too if you're still watching. But have a great rest of your day and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.